You can eat all the brain-boosting gato foods, take every memory supplement on the market, and still struggle with remembering names. And it's not your fault. If you've ever walked into a room full of familiar faces and felt your mind go completely blank, you know the frustration I'm talking about. It's embarrassing, it's stressful, and for many adults over 45, it happens more often than they realize. But here's the shocking truth. The reason you forget names, lose focus, and feel mentally foggy isn't because you're getting older or because you're not trying hard enough. It's because your brain is missing one critical nightly process, a simple habit you can do before bed that literally restores focus, sharpens memory, and allows you to recall names effortlessly. In just a moment, I'll reveal exactly what this nighttime habit is and why it works so powerfully that dozens of adults over 50 have gone from struggling to remember names to recalling faces and details with ease, all while sleeping. Hi, I'm Dr. Harry, and today we're tackling a problem that quietly frustrates millions of adults over 45. Forgetting names, losing focus, and feeling like your memory just isn't what it used to be. As we age, our brains stop working the way they did in our 30s and 40s. What once came effortlessly, remembering a colleague's name, recalling a detail from a conversation, or keeping track of appointments, starts slipping through the cracks. You might find yourself apologizing for forgetting someone's name, or struggling to recall simple details that used to be automatic. It's easy to blame stress, busy schedules, or just getting older. But the truth is, your brain still has the capacity to retain information and recall names. It just needs the right conditions to do its job. And here's the good news. There's a simple nighttime habit that dozens of adults over 50 have used to dramatically improve focus and memory. A habit so small, yet so powerful, it can restore your ability to remember names and sharpen mental clarity, all while you sleep. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to do tonight to start reclaiming your memory and confidence. For many adults over 45, forgetting names isn't just an occasional slip. It's a constant source of frustration and embarrassment. You might walk into a room, see someone you know well, and suddenly your mind goes completely blank. It's like the brain hits a pause button, and no matter how hard you try, the name won't come. Take Margaret, a 62-year-old retired teacher. She had always been sharp, remembering every student's name and every detail of her lesson plans. But over the past year, she found herself struggling to recall the names of neighbors she had known for decades. At social gatherings, she would smile politely, nod, and hope no one noticed her lapse. The stress and embarrassment were starting to affect her confidence. Or consider David, a 57-year-old executive who prided himself on his sharp mind. Even with a busy schedule, he used to recall names effortlessly. Lately, though, he found himself apologizing multiple times during meetings because he simply couldn't remember his colleagues' names, despite having met them just days before. Now, here's a myth-busting fact. Many people think memory loss at this age is inevitable. You've probably heard that it's just normal aging, or that your brain is naturally slowing down. Others swear by memory supplements, brain games, or high-dose vitamins as a solution. But the truth is, these strategies only scratch the surface. They might offer minor benefits, but they don't address the underlying reason names and details slip away so easily. And it's not just about stress, either. While stress can make memory lapses more noticeable, it's rarely the root cause. Aging alone isn't the full story, either. The real issue often lies in how your brain consolidates memories, how it files and stores information while you sleep, and whether it has the right nutrients and conditions to do so efficiently. When this process is disrupted, the result is forgetfulness, foggy focus, and frustration, no matter how healthy your diet or lifestyle might be. Margaret's and David's experiences are classic examples of what countless adults face. A brain that still wants to perform well, but is missing a crucial piece of the memory puzzle. And until that missing piece is addressed, the struggle continues, no matter how hard you try. So, what's really causing these frustrating lapses in memory? Why do names, faces, and details slip away even when you're eating well, exercising, and taking supplements? The answer might surprise you. It's not just aging or stress. It's a combination of poor sleep quality, nutrient gaps, and mistimed habits. Here's what's happening inside your brain. During deep sleep, your neurons communicate to file away the day's experiences. This process, called memory consolidation, is how your brain turns short-term memories into long-term ones. Without proper sleep, this filing system becomes inefficient, and details like names are the first to be lost. But sleep alone isn't enough. Your brain also needs the right nutrients at the right time. Magnesium, certain amino acids like glycine, and even small amounts of protein-rich compounds work together to support neural communication and memory storage. Studies have shown that adults over 50 who optimize these nutrients and their sleep routines can improve memory recall by up to 40% within weeks. That's a dramatic difference, and it all happens while they're asleep. Here's where most people go wrong. They either ignore nutrient timing, take supplements at random hours, or sleep without giving their brain the conditions it needs to consolidate memories. Bright lights, late-night screens, heavy meals, and inconsistent bedtimes all sabotage the process. Even someone like David, who took magnesium daily and ate well, saw little improvement, simply because he was taking it at the wrong time and sleeping in an environment that disrupted his brain's natural filing system. The tension here is clear. Your memory isn't failing because of age alone. It's failing because the very process that strengthens recall, the one that happens naturally at night, is being interrupted. And until you understand this, no amount of willpower, memory games, or supplements will fix the problem. But the good news? Once you know what to do, once you give your brain the right nutrients at the right time, in the right environment, your memory can start to recover quickly, and recalling names and details can become effortless again. And that's exactly what we're going to cover next. Now that we understand the hidden cause of forgetfulness, let's talk about the solution. The simple, practical steps that can restore memory, sharpen focus, and help you recall names effortlessly. These are habits you can implement tonight without expensive supplements or complicated routines. Step 1. Nighttime magnesium and glycine. Magnesium is essential for calming overactive neurons, while glycine, an amino acid, enhances deep, restorative sleep. Together, they create the perfect environment for your brain to consolidate memories. Take a combination of magnesium and glycine about 30 to 60 minutes before bed. Why it works? During deep sleep, your hippocampus, the brain's memory center, organizes and files new information. Magnesium relaxes neural pathways, and glycine supports slow-wave sleep, the stage where memory consolidation is strongest. Miss this timing, and your brain can't properly store names, faces, or details. Common mistake. Many adults take magnesium in the morning with breakfast or midday. While it supports general health, it's largely ineffective for memory unless taken in the pre-sleep window. Patient story. Margaret, the retired teacher, added magnesium and glycine to her nightly routine. Within 2 weeks, she noticed that names she had struggled to recall for months suddenly came back, and she could remember conversations and details from the day with ease. Step 2. Evening light management. Your brain relies on melatonin, the sleep hormone, not just for rest, but for memory consolidation. Bright lights, screens, or even typical indoor lighting late at night can disrupt melatonin production. Dim your lights 60 to 90 minutes before bed and avoid screens if possible. Why it works? Melatonin signals your hippocampus to start filing memories. Without it, even the best nutrients and sufficient sleep won't allow your brain to store information efficiently. Common mistake. People often think sleeping in a dark room is enough, but continuous exposure to evening light from phones, TVs, or lamps interferes with melatonin release and memory filing. Case study. David, the executive struggling with name recall, implemented dim lighting and a screen cutoff routine. Within days, he could remember names and faces with less effort, and his daytime focus improved significantly. Step 3. A small pre-bed snack rich in tryptophan. Eating a light snack containing tryptophan, found in turkey, pumpkin seeds, Greek yogurt, or a small glass of milk, can boost serotonin and melatonin production, supporting deep sleep and memory consolidation. Consume this snack 30 to 60 minutes before bed. Why it works? Tryptophan enhances deep sleep and promotes protein synthesis in the brain, strengthening the neural pathways responsible for memory. Timing is critical. Late or heavy meals interfere with this process. Common mistake. Eating heavy, sugary, or greasy meals at night can derail memory consolidation. The goal is a small, targeted snack that aids your brain's repair and filing process. Patient story. Susan, 61, combined magnesium, glycine, dim lighting, and a tryptophan-rich snack. Within 3 weeks, she noticed a remarkable improvement. She remembered names of new acquaintances, details from family gatherings, and even facts from her work presentations without stress or effort. By implementing these 3 simple steps, targeted nutrients at night, proper evening light management, and a small tryptophan snack, you give your brain the tools it needs to restore focus and memory while you sleep. It's simple, natural, and highly effective. Now that you know the key steps to restore memory, it's just as important to understand what can sabotage your efforts. These are the habits that silently block your brain from filing memories, and most people don't even realize they're doing them. Mistake 1. Taking memory supplements at the wrong time. This is where most people go wrong. Magnesium, B vitamins, or other memory-supporting supplements are often taken at random times during the day. While they might benefit general health, they do almost nothing for memory if not timed correctly. Pre-bedtime intake is essential because that's when your brain consolidates information. Mistake 2. Ignoring sleep environment. Bright lights, late-night TV, phones, and even noisy bedrooms can disrupt your hippocampus's memory filing process. Many adults assume that just sleeping enough is sufficient. The truth is, your brain needs an optimal environment to perform its nightly repair and consolidation work. Mistake 3. Eating heavy meals late at night. Another common pitfall is late-night snacking or big dinners. When your brain is busy digesting a heavy meal, it can't efficiently consolidate memories. Chocolate cake, greasy pizza, or large portions might taste comforting, but they are memory killers when eaten too close to bedtime. Mistake 4. Relying solely on brain games or mental exercises. While crossword puzzles and memory apps are helpful, they are useless if your brain hasn't had the nutrients and quality sleep it needs. Trying to train a tired, undernourished brain is like trying to build a house on sand. It just won't hold. These mistakes may seem small, but collectively, they're why so many adults over 50 struggle with recalling names, remembering details, and maintaining focus. Avoid them, and you give your brain the chance to perform its natural memory filing process every night. Even after understanding the key steps to restore memory, many adults still struggle because they overlook how daily routines and subtle habits throughout the day can either support or sabotage their brain's natural memory processes. Let's explore this in more depth. Think about your daily energy, focus, and mental clarity, not just at work, but in social situations, at home, and even during casual conversations. The truth is, memory isn't just built overnight. It's reinforced throughout the day in ways most people ignore. Take Margaret again, for example. Beyond forgetting her neighbors' names, she noticed something alarming. She was walking into conversations already mentally foggy, even before the memory lapse occurred. She was drinking her morning coffee, checking emails, and juggling household tasks, but her mind felt scattered. Why? Because her daytime habits weren't supporting the very neural pathways she relied on to recall information at night. Her brain was constantly under minor stressors, bright screens, multitasking, and skipped meals that subtly depleted the nutrients and neurotransmitters her hippocampus needed to function efficiently. Without addressing these daytime factors, nighttime strategies would only be partially effective. One critical, yet often overlooked factor is blood sugar regulation. Spikes and crashes throughout the day can have a direct effect on memory. When you consume high-sugar snacks, refined carbs, or sugary drinks, your blood sugar rises rapidly and then crashes, causing the brain to lose focus and making it harder to encode new information into memory. This isn't just about weight or general health, it's about how your brain literally stores memories. Adults over 45 are more sensitive to these fluctuations because insulin sensitivity decreases with age. That means a cookie or sugary coffee at 3 p.m. can affect your memory consolidation later that night. A simple adjustment, choosing protein-rich snacks, fiber, or healthy fats, can stabilize blood sugar and prime the brain for better nighttime memory filing. Hydration is another underestimated factor. Even mild dehydration can impair cognitive function, including focus, attention, and short-term memory. Think about the times you've walked into a room, your mind blank, and later realized you hadn't had enough water all morning. The brain's neurons need adequate fluid to transmit signals efficiently. Margaret began carrying a water bottle with her and making a conscious effort to hydrate consistently. Within a week, she noticed a reduction in daytime fogginess, which meant that when she went to bed, her brain was in a better position to consolidate memories. Stress management throughout the day also plays a crucial role. Chronic stress floods the brain with cortisol, a hormone that, in excess, can damage the hippocampus and impair the very memory pathways we rely on for recalling names and details. This is why adults over 45, who may be balancing careers, family responsibilities, and health challenges, often notice a decline in memory more acutely. Simple practices like short mindfulness breaks, deep breathing exercises, or even a brief walk in nature can reduce cortisol levels, calm the nervous system, and prepare your brain for optimal nighttime memory consolidation. Margaret and David both incorporated a 5 to 10-minute evening wind-down routine, which amplified the effectiveness of the magnesium and glycine habit. The combination of daytime stress reduction and nighttime nutrient support created a synergy that neither approach alone could achieve. Physical movement also supports memory more than most people realize. Regular exercise increases blood flow to the brain, enhances neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to form new neural connections, and promotes the release of BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, a protein that directly supports memory and learning. But the timing and type of exercise matter. High-intensity workouts right before bed can actually disrupt sleep for some adults, whereas moderate daytime activity, like walking, yoga, or resistance training, primes the brain for better function in the evening. Margaret began walking 20 to 30 minutes each morning, while David incorporated light resistance exercises into his routine. Both reported not only improved memory, but also greater energy and focus throughout the day. Nutrition throughout the day, not just at night, is equally important. Certain nutrients, like choline, omega-3 fatty acids, and antioxidants, support neural integrity and protect against oxidative stress. Foods like eggs, fatty fish, leafy greens, and berries provide the building blocks for neurotransmitters, which are essential for both daytime cognition and nighttime memory consolidation. Adults often think of memory supplements as the solution, but the foundation is always the diet. Margaret adjusted her meals to include more brain-supporting foods, and David added a handful of nuts or berries as an afternoon snack. The effect was subtle at first, but compounded over weeks, supporting sharper recall and reducing the frequency of forgetful moments. Another subtle, yet powerful habit is the practice of intentional recall during the day. This means actively thinking about names, faces, or details you want to remember, not in a stressful or forced way, but as a gentle mental rehearsal. For instance, after meeting someone new, quietly repeat their name a few times, visualize their face, or connect them to a personal story or feature. This mental bookmarking primes the hippocampus to store the information effectively during sleep. Adults who adopt this technique often notice a dramatic improvement in recall, because they've given their brain a head start before the nighttime consolidation process even begins. Finally, consider the compounding effect of cumulative small habits. Many adults fall into the trap of thinking memory issues are caused by one single factor: stress, aging, or a missing supplement. In reality, it's the accumulation of minor lapses, inconsistent sleep, poor nutrient timing, excessive screen exposure, and daytime distractions. When all these factors are addressed, through proper nutrient support, optimized sleep, mindful daytime habits, and small intentional practices, the results are far more powerful than any single intervention. Margaret's story illustrates this perfectly. It wasn't just magnesium or glycine that restored her memory. It was the combination of daytime hydration, stress reduction, balanced meals, gentle movement, and her nighttime routine that created a total memory transformation. Understanding and implementing these supportive daytime habits ensures that the simple nighttime ritual you're about to use doesn't just create short-term improvement. It sets the stage for sustained memory clarity. It's not just about remembering names. It's about reclaiming confidence, social ease, and mental sharpness that adults over 45 deserve. By aligning your daily behaviors with your brain's natural rhythms and nutrient needs, you amplify the power of the nighttime habit and create lasting cognitive resilience. Let's wrap this up and bring it all together. Forgetting names and losing focus isn't an inevitable part of aging. It's often the result of disrupted sleep, mistimed nutrients, and habits that interfere with your brain's natural memory consolidation. The good news is, there's a simple nighttime habit that can dramatically improve recall. Take magnesium and glycine before bed, dim your lights to support melatonin production, and enjoy a small tryptophan-rich snack to boost deep sleep and memory filing. Here's a bonus tip. Journaling for just 5 minutes before bed can reinforce memory pathways. Write down the names, faces, or details from your day. This simple act primes your brain to consolidate these memories while you sleep, making recall faster and easier the next day. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these nighttime habits have you been getting wrong? Are you taking supplements at the wrong time, ignoring your sleep environment, or eating heavy meals late at night? Drop a comment below. I read every message and love hearing your stories. And here's a teaser for our next video. We're going to reveal the one overlooked morning habit that can supercharge your memory and focus before breakfast. If you think nights are powerful, wait until you see what mornings can do. You won't want to miss it. Start tonight. Adjust your routine, support your brain, and within weeks, you'll notice sharper memory, better focus, and newfound confidence in every social and professional interaction.